I always think, one of my favorite messages I've ever heard anybody preach, of course, Tommy Barnett.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Yeah.
And remember his old message, the miracle is in the house.
Yeah.
And just living from that mindset, everything we need, we already have.
It's true.
That widow going, I just got a little bit of oil. That's all you need.
You don't need
everything you need, you already got. You got to see it from that mentality that my house is blessed. This place is blessed. We've got the favor of God.
Right.
And to me, what you say, your confession, is such a big, I refuse to speak evil or speak unwell of that which God has given me.
Yeah.
My kids, my spouse, my church, my city.
Yeah.
I have to have that confession of good things because like you said, people become whatever you say they are. What was that line that you said?
You will get out of people what you expect out of them.
Well, welcome back to the Relational Leader Podcast. It's so great to be here, and I'm so grateful that you're joining us today. And as always, I am with Randy. How are you?
I'm great, Kristen.
Yeah.
I just got back from some time off, so I'm ready to go.
You did. You had a nice little vacation.
I did.
Time with the family. You and Amy. What'd y'all do?
I played a lot of golf.
With Amy or?
No. She says all the time that she doesn't want me to play golf with her because it's my time away from her. I never said that. She has. I've just never given a rebuttal at all. I just kind of leave it out there. So we had some time together. It was great. So,
that's so good. Yeah. Well, welcome back. We're glad to be back in the studio, glad to be back recording podcasts. And we're going to have a great conversation today with our guest, none other than the one and only Chad Veach here today. Yes. Welcome.
Oh, well, how many times have we done this now?
I don't know.
I think you joined us. Maybe this is number 3.
I think this is the
three.
Third time.
That's what I was going to say.
Like we are OG vets together.
Yes.
Maybe I can become a co-host. I don't want to invite myself. But
Wait.
I'll take vacation.
I mean, you can't just like invite yourself in, right?
Let's do it.
I'm just letting the Spirit lead me. I don't know.
I like it. I feel like you should lean into that. But we're going to lean into you. We appreciate your podcast.
Yeah.
You do a great job helping young leaders and really leaders of all ages. And so we're glad you're here. And we're going to lean into some of the leadership things that you can teach us today. And so that's the topic of today. Leadership is so important. And, with so many ministry leaders listening, pastors, everyone, I mean, everyone's a leader, right?
Yeah.
Leadership is influence.
Right.
And so no matter where you find yourself listening today, this pod is for you. The convo is going to be for you. And so we're ready for it. You ready?
I'm ready. I fell in love with leadership because my dad, he went to the Global Leadership Summit. Back in the day.
Way back in the day.
And it was at a satellite site. Wasn't even at
really?
Willow.
He didn't even go to Willow?
No, because they were doing satellite sites back in the day. And he bought all the teachings from the summit. And back in those days, there were cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember listening to Jack Welch and all these, Zig Ziglar, all these leaders.
Yeah.
And my dad was obsessed with Patrick Lencioni. And he was reading this book called The Shackleton's Way. The greatest leader that ever lived, all this leadership stuff. So John Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws. And I just got swept up in learning about the subject. And I'm still fascinated about the need for leaders today. The greatest problem that we have is leadership. I don't care if it's a church, a house, a community, a youth ministry, whatever it is, we got to have good leaders. So I love talking about it.
I love it.
And it is kind of interesting how leadership, you don't just learn it like, okay, I'm a leader now. You would be disqualified as a leader if you said that.
Yeah.
Because leaders are learners.
That's
probably
right.
John Maxwell said that.
Yeah, probably.
We're going to quote him a lot.
Let's just give a disclaimer right now.
Right now.
We're going to say a lot
Everything
of things
we say.
is going. John Maxwell.
John Maxwell
is
said
in
it.
the
Hi,
heart.
I'm John. I'm your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, how's
But
everybody's
I was
friend?
a tape of the month thing or whatever,
Yeah.
cassette tape with John Maxwell. What was that thing called? Enjoy.
Oh, man. Did
Back
you
in
catch
the
that?
day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's that voice, when he starts talking, I'm like, do you know how many runs I've been on listening to that man in my ear? I used to cut my grass when I lived in Washington, listening to his, his audio tapes and all that. He was our guy, our guide for so long.
But the same zeal for leadership and learning that you had then, you have to have it now.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's not a destination, right?
That's
it's
right.
something you got to keep pulling back the layers. And
But I think it is living as a learner. That's why, we named the podcast Lean In. Really, it's out of John 15, when Jesus said, if you lean into me. And but then in Proverbs, God said, wisdom says the same thing. If you'll lean into me, wisdom, put me around your neck, call me your sister, blah, blah, I'll advance you, promote you, I'll honor you, you'll live a long life. So I just thought if you could lean into Jesus and lean into wisdom, I think you do pretty good.
Well, after all, think about it. What was Solomon's prayer? Say, you can have anything you want.
Yeah.
What do you want? He goes, I want wisdom for governing people.
That's it.
I want to learn as a leader. I want to be a better leader.
Yeah.
Well, if you're more concerned about leading other people, well, I mean, whatever you want, I can give it to you because I know it's not for you.
That's it.
That is the crust of this
and
leadership.
I think that is the hard thing about leadership is to always realize it is not about me. I'm only trying to improve and get better to empower and equip more people. And I think that's why if the greatest leaders are servant leaders.
Yeah.
Right.
Jesus talks about this constantly, right? He's like, the first are the last and the last are the first, and the greatest among us is the servant of all. And if you'll position yourself in that way, I think that's what makes your leadership attractive.
Most certainly.
Is that you're not trying to build your brand.
Right.
Not trying to build your platform.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're trying to empower and lift up others. Having to get to that place is the destination for all leaders, servant leadership.
I totally agree with you. I think it's what you can't see. Like the greatest asset a leader will have is motivation.
Ooh.
But you don't know motivation. I mean, others can't see it from the outside in. Only you know. Why are you really doing this? Are you doing this for self-promotion so other people will follow me or lean more into me? Or am I doing it because I really want other people to improve them and empower them? That's a hard question. You got to look in the mirror and go, why am I really doing this?
That's exactly right.
Right? The motivation.
And the motivation thing, I always think I'm too old. I'm 46 now. I know when I first came on the pod, I was 27.
You were just a kid.
I was just 27. I haven't had kids yet, but as I get older, the more I realize I'm too old to try and guess your motives. I'm too old to try and judge your intentions.
I'm not doing that.
I'm working my tail off to
Right.
try and get mine good.
To keep it pure.
Man, I'm trying. And it's a hard enough job to watch this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have enough energy to watch you.
Yeah, right. I'm cleaning my side of the street, as they say in recovery,
you're doing this
right?
for the right stuff.
Yeah. So one of my values, my life's principles that I live by has to do with motivation. Because other people come and they go, well, I can't believe this person's doing that. They got wrong motives.
Yeah.
And they go, we need to deal with it. And I go, no, the parable of the wheat versus the tares, right? There was good things that were sown.
Yeah.
Of course, there were bad things that were sown. They asked Jesus, do we go and just chop it all down? And he says, no, we're going to wait till harvest time. And then we're going to chop down the weeds and then we're going to harvest the wheat. And you wonder why? Why did Jesus say it that way? Because when it's harvest time for the wheat, the head of the wheat gets real heavy and it bows down.
Wow.
Where the weeds still stand up tall. So somebody's motivation is whether it's about themselves. One day it's going to come to fruition. You're going to see it. And you can remove that and harvest the good stuff.
Wow. That is great.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. That's
still in it. God gave you eyes, plagiarize.
Exactly.
Where'd you get that thought, Randy?
Yeah. You only have to say that once.
Yeah, once.
And the rest of it is just
mine.
It's just mine.
Yeah.
But it is true. And that's the motivation.
That's good.
And you can't spend time going and figuring out what people's motivations are.
Yeah.
I just tell people all the time, just wait. Harvest time is coming.
Yeah.
And if the motivation is wrong, then we'll see it. But if the motivation is wrong in us, we'll see that too.
That's right.
You just got to wait.
I also think, as a leader, when you're over things, let's just talk about your family or you lead a team. I do also think that God gives us great insight and discernment. And so there are some things that you can discern. Maybe this person's off a bit. Things are getting kind of funky. And I've always tried to just get people talking. What's in their heart's going to come out.
Eventually,
always.
yes.
So, if I kind of feel like, maybe something's not good here, let's have a coffee. Let's have a meal.
Yeah.
How you doing? What's on your radar? What are you praying about? What are you thinking about? Who you excited to build with? And the more I can get them talking, the more I can either go like, I was off, oh, no, there's something there.
True.
We needed to deal with this.
Let's talk about motivation further. Why are you meeting with them? Because you want to see what's wrong with them so you can correct them?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
What if I'm the one that has the wrong perception?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I need to sit down and have a conversation and get close to them.
Yep.
Because I misunderstood. Maybe
That's right.
it's my own heart.
That's
Yeah.
right. And I've had to learn the hard way that when someone wants to tell me about another person, another leader,
Oh, man. Don't get me started on this
I've
one.
learned out of failure not to believe the messenger.
Right.
It's good.
That when I go and sit with the other person
Oh,
and I've got the intel, I can't always trust the cliff notes.
no, it's true. But a whisper
Yeah.
separates the closest
There
of
you
friends.
go. There
I
you
don't
go.
even want to hear the whisper.
That's it.
First of all, it's not biblical.
It's not.
I go, no, I don't
Yeah.
want to hear that. I'm
Yeah.
not going to participate
Yeah.
in sin. Have you gone to him?
Yeah.
No. Well, then
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear a word of it because
exactly.
it will cause you. You'll carry that around. You
Man.
can't help but.
Can mess with you.
Yes,
Mhm.
it can. All of a sudden now.
And it'll skew your view of the other person.
That's right.
All of a sudden I'm looking for something to confirm
Yep.
what this person said rather than just to affirm them and who I already believe
Yeah.
they are.
That's exactly right.
And so,
Help us, God.
God.
Help us, God. All right. Well,
We hadn't
this
even gotten into the
conversation's already
podcast
off. Okay. I hope you're taking notes or somehow you're going to rewind this and rewind it. How old am I right now?
Yeah,
Like
the
scrub
15
backwards.
seconds. Yeah,
You got
hit
double
the-
tap.
Yeah. Double tap.
You got to go 90 seconds
All
on
right,
this. You got to quad tap
okay.
that thing.
we're gonna pick out some things that you guys just kind of spit out. I want to go back to both of y'all have been leading for many years.
Mhm.
And one of the things that kind of kept circling around is making sure that our motives are pure. So as a leader, especially a leader, when God begins to allow successful things to happen, there's fruit of your life. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What have you guys learned to help make sure that your motives stay pure, that your heart stays humble in it?
Whew. Well, I will just tell you right now, I'm not really that good at it because
Such a humble way.
no, I'm serious. I mean, I am
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm selfish. Like
Yeah.
I
There you
think
go.
about myself all the time.
Yeah.
Same.
More than everybody else.
Same.
I
Yeah.
go to bed thinking about me. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm thinking about me.
Yeah.
In the
It's-
morning, throughout the day, and so selfish motives, it's you can't get rid of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real.
And I guess so. I try to ask myself: am I going to benefit from this more than they are?
Wow.
That's a good question.
And if I am, then it doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. But I need to check myself and
That's right.
am I doing it for this or this just happens to be the right decision? And so I don't think we should make those decisions in a vacuum either.
Yeah, that's right.
I have the right people around me
That's
that Randy, I just don't think that's the right decision to make.
Mm.
And they have the rights to say that because this help exposes
Mhm.
what's in my heart.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
I think it always is a good question to ask.
Yep.
Am I benefiting more?
That's a great
And
question.
I think, I'm always going to go back to the thing that beats our motives back into check, which is, to me, daily Bible reading.
Yeah.
I just always
So good.
believe
Right.
Yeah.
that it's, this morning I did the same thing I did the day before and every day. And I go through my reading, and there's something about this time and getting my eyes exposed to God's word that starts to heal or rebuke the wrong stuff that's in here.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the Old Testament, when God set in a king, think about this. When he set in a king, he said every day he will have to read and rewrite the law so that his heart is not lifted above his brethren.
Mm.
So you think about that. What is God really saying? He is saying, if you don't do this, you'll become haughty, arrogant, proud,
Uh-huh.
full of yourself, and you'll think you're better than others.
Yeah.
And that's how you'll lead.
It's true.
So this daily participation keeps me grounded
I love
on
it.
what my whole life is about.
So good.
And I find, the air gets funky if I don't stay in that book.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It
You-
tells me what to do. It tells me what not to do.
Yep.
It tells me what to do when I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's
Yep.
true.
Corrects, rebukes, trains.
Right.
Yep.
It does all. So I just think, how could I lead really well for God
Right.
if I don't have that time?
It's true. I think a disciplined life calls you, say, to no to the flesh,
Man.
which helps you live a more other-centered life and
Yeah.
like exercising, getting up, reading the word, living that disciplined life. It does. It tears the flesh down.
It's so funny. Julia, my wife, is one of 4 girls. She's the oldest.
Okay.
And we were on vacation recently, and the two middle sisters were telling me about how they fast once a week. They go, this is our day that we fast. I said, what? They said, this is our day that we fast. And at our church, they encourage us to fast once a week and blah, blah. I thought we fast twice a year, 21 days, baby.
Yeah.
We'll start a school year, start of the year. I say, you guys do it every week? And they say, yeah. I went home. I was challenged by that.
Wow.
So I started fasting once a week. And I think it's always about trying to put into practice the denial of the flesh.
Yeah.
Because that thing wants to eat ice cream at night and, say whatever it wants to say and spend whatever it wants to spend.
Sure.
You've got to find a way how to get into a lifestyle of saying nothing controls me outside of the Holy Spirit. I want to be led by the Spirit. If I want to be led by the Spirit, I have to vehemently deny the flesh.
As Paul said, I will be mastered by nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's a disciplined life. Fasting once a week.
Man,
I've forgotten all about that. My pastor, Larry Stockstill.
Oh, gosh.
And he's like, Lord, I'm never going to be able to live that discipline of a life. But that's what he does. And I used to get so challenged when I was working at Bethany. It's like, man, I've got to do a better job of denying myself. But if you fast once a week.
I saw Brother Larry the other day, and I thought that, remember when people used to call people man of God?
Man of God. Well, and he's always Brother Larry.
That's an MOG.
Yeah.
It's Brother Larry, but
Brother Larry.
That's a man of God.
Man of God.
People look at us and they go, that's a golfer. That's a podcaster. We look at Brother Larry and go, that's a man of God.
Yeah. A man of God. Right.
Love that man of God. All right. So on this whole vein of, our tendency is to be selfish, but leadership is really the most selfless. It should be the most selfless.
Should be.
You talked about the highest quality of a good leader should be a servant leader. Okay. So leadership is all about others. Let's talk about how can we serve others well from a standpoint of empowerment, seeing things in people, calling it out in them. How do you steward that well? How do you carry that weight of responsibility, but yet not let it put too much pressure on you?
Good.
That's a delicate balance, isn't it?
Man. I always want to let you go first. You're that man, but I'm a kid. I'm not
46.
I don't have a couple
You're so
hundred employees
mature.
in campuses. No, you answer that. What? I'm following your way.
Well, but I mean, I can say, Randy, you do that well.
Yes.
You do it really well. You watch people and then you pull things out of people and empower them. And you have learned, I don't know if it's an art, I don't know what word I want to use, but so share with our listeners, what are some of those principles or practices that you always keep in the front of your mind so that you don't just do it all?
Well, it's kind of interesting that I think where all this came from. We got to go back to John Maxwell because I'll never forget when I first gave my life to Christ, early 1990s.
Wow.
John Maxwell was still pastoring his church and at Skyline, but he was doing all this leadership stuff. And I just remember there were two books that hit me. I think he came to our church at Bethany and did some kind of a conference thing or something, spoke or whatever. And I remember these two books that he brought with him. This, Developing the Leader in Yourself
Oh, man.
and Developing the Leader in Those Around You.
Wow.
And I chose the book Developing the Leader in Those Around You to read that first. And I think what it did is it set inside me the cement of my leadership value was around developing others ahead of self. I don't know. I just think that book set the DNA in me. And so through the trying to live that, and thank you for the encouragement. But
you do a good job. Yeah. Not that you're perfect.
But the reality is, if you will try to help other people
That's right.
discover and develop and build their dreams, I just feel like that God would take care of meeting yours.
That's right.
And it's just kind of a philosophy. I started signing my emails shortly after we started Bayside, living the dream.
Wow.
And it wasn't because I was pursuing my dream. I just chose to find out what's in your heart.
Good.
Like God, whoever God brings me, my job is to help them live their full potential,
Good.
to live what God has for them and develop their dreams. And then as a result, I mean, it's like having kids and seeing them elevate and do
Wow.
incredible things,
Yeah.
there's a sense of fulfillment in that. And that's true with spiritual children, if you will, as
Right.
well, by helping them live their dreams. I don't know. I just have gotten a lot of fulfillment just out of that.
Have you found that as you have focused on others first, that it has then built your leadership?
Yeah,
Like
it-
you've just learned
I haven't had to really pursue mine
Good.
because I just feel like, I mean, look, if you're God and you're looking around the earth and you're trying to figure out who can I trust stuff with?
Good.
Yep.
Blessings, favor, natural, tangible, intangible resources.
Good.
Who can I bless them? Well, this person right here is helping other people discover that. So I can channel it to them because I know where it's going to go.
Mhm.
I mean, so yes, I think my dreams, the life I get to live and the blessings of my kids and the church and all the things that are happening, I think it's because, I mean, it's hard to say this, but helping other people live their dreams. I mean, to say it makes you sound like, whoa, I'm going back to the motivation thing. But it truly, I think that's the reason why I live such an incredible life.
It's others focused.
I'm going to build their dreams first.
Yeah, it's a leadership that is others focused.
You think about the challenge of this. I remember a couple of years ago, I was in Sacramento at a different Bayside, the other Bayside.
Oh, yeah. So sometimes people call us and they ask us, "Are you the Bayside in California?" No, sorry.
We're the better one. I'm kidding. Come on.
No,
I'm kidding.
we need one
We
in
love
Florida.
Pastor
We
Ray.
need
Yeah,
one in
100%.
Yeah, Sacramento
California.
needs one.
Exactly.
Yes,
And Pastor
it's
Ray,
amazing
I don't know if
church.
you ever met him. Legend.
Incredible
Absolute
church.
Yes,
legend.
amazing
And he
church.
said something was, I thought, put great language to, our desire. He said, you have to ask yourself, do you want to have a platform or do you want to be a platform?
Ooh.
Oh, love that.
And I just think that's good language of going,
Great language.
they used to say when you went on Oprah's show, they called her a kingmaker. I think Pastor Stephen is the same. You step on elevation platform, it'll change your life.
Right.
So do you want to have a platform or do you want to be a platform?
It's good.
And I think a lot of it has to do with security. Pastor
Totally.
Brian used to always say, empowerment starts with me. And the first time I heard him say that,
That was a pretty good impression.
I
though.
love
mean,
Pastor. I could do John. I'm John. I'm your friend. I could do Pastor Brian. But I think it always is the lie of leadership is to go, I don't have the right people around me.
Oh.
It's them.
Oof.
It's it's easy for you in Sarasota. I'm in Sacramento. I'm in,
Yeah,
Scranton, Pennsylvania, or wherever.
right. Middle of
It's
nowhere.
As if to think that they're the problem. As if to think Jesus walked around and go, all I have is fishermen and tax collectors.
Right,
It's true.
right.
The lie is to not believe that Zacchaeus up there in that tree could change the world.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have to believe that guy could flip this world upside down.
You know what? It is easy
good.
to abdicate yourself of responsibility by looking at what you don't have. And maybe you don't have it because you don't steward what God has already given you.
That's right. And I think that you don't see what God sees.
For
True.
sure.
You don't, having eyes to see, they won't see.
Yep.
Jesus saw Zacchaeus not where he was. He saw where he could go.
Amen.
Absolutely.
The potential. So do you walk around your lobby and your halls seeing the potential?
With eyes of potential.
You gotta see that.
Yeah.
I think that
It's good.
the lie of the social media generation or the building your own platform generation is to keep tapping into your potential. Keep seeing, and the lie here, you think about, I was trying to do an offering, sermonette on Sunday and talking about you're most like God when you're giving and forgiving. So you think about, for God so loved the world that he gave. So when we give, we're like God. When we forgive, we're like God.
Right.
So let's play law of opposite. When you are most like the devil, what would that be? I would argue that when you slander or gossip, you're most like the devil. Because what did he do? He brought division in heaven.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Why did he bring division? He is drunk on his own success. He looked in the mirror and got,
Look at
am
me.
I'm pretty awesome.
Am I not awesome?
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful I am. This is the social media generation.
True.
Oof.
Look at how I can't believe how beautiful, talented, incredible, anointed I am. So I must be something. This is right.
You're not
It is.
wrong.
So
You're not
I think
wrong.
The lie is to keep gazing in the mirror rather than gazing at who's in front of you.
Yeah.
Wow. You're amazing.
Yes.
So to me, leadership is walking into the room, And instead of saying, here I am.
Everybody, aren't you blessed?
Saying,
Yeah.
there you are.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there you are.
Hey, to go back
there
to
you
that.
are.
Yes.
So
That to me is a leader.
that's
Because
a
it's speaking of
picture.
security.
Yeah.
It's the soul work you've put in to go, it's not about me. It's about the legacy I could leave behind.
It's true.
How much fruit can come, Brother Larry? How much fruit could come out of my life?
Yeah.
It's seeing other people with the eyes of potential.
That's it.
It really is. And it probably was Maxwell that said this, but you get out of people what you expect out of them. And if you expect them to be a 2-talent person, well, that's what you're going to get.
That's so good.
If you expect them to be a 5-talent person, that's what you're going to get.
Yep.
So it's how you look at other people. And if you see them of the potential of who they could be and what they could be, then you'll invest in them. You won't discredit or discount what they are.
Good.
And so God, if I just had good people, well, invest in the 1-talent people you have.
That's
and
right.
God will give you 2 talent.
And
you invest in them, he'll give you the 5-talent people. And then your level and your leadership will rise because you'll be a platform.
That's right.
For others.
And I always love that joke. I don't know who said this one, but that joke of like, well, what happens if I develop them and they leave?
Yeah.
And the rebuttal is, what happens if you don't develop them and they stay?
Yeah.
And you stuck with a bunch of jokers that you never poured into and discipled and raised up and empowered.
For sure.
What kind of church you got now?
Yeah.
But what if they leave? By the way, just the comforting reality of leadership, to me, they're all leaving.
Yeah.
You know, but some people have a hard time with holding, especially great leaders, holding them with an open hand.
Yeah.
They want to tight fist. They're mine. I did this. I poured in.
You'd be nothing without me.
How do we shift that perspective?
And that's hard because
How do we
like
be
you
careful?
can walk through stuff with people.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
In your
Like
church,
blood, sweat,
in your
tears.
ministry, whatever it is, like for the Lord. But if you weren't involved, their marriage, you would not be
Yeah.
together.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You'd be in jail or you'd still
That's
be
right.
an addict.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then for them to, and then they leave because everybody leaves. And to think, oh, they can't do that to me. That's a hard lesson.
And to me, what is the comfort in ministry or leadership? There has been no Starbucks gift card or thank you card or Zelle that has fulfilled me. Nobody ever said, man, thank you for preaching that message, where it's like, oh, I got it. Because my thank you comes from a different source.
Yeah.
And the Lord is watching. When Paul talks about don't do stuff for men for eye service, what he's saying is the Lord's watching. So it doesn't matter what credit you get here on earth.
Sure.
I was thinking the other day, when I was 19 years old, my freshman year of Bible college, I moved to LA in 1998. My freshman year of Bible college, I had such a bad attitude. I didn't go to church. I just went to the beach and played basketball and golfed, and I lived it up in LA because I did not want to be at Bible college. And my parents were laughing at me there, showing me these old emails I write home. I'm miserable here. I don't want to be at Bible college. I'm coming home. This is before cell phones. So I just emailed my dad on hotmail.com.
Oh, dial
up? Did you have to dial? Was it AOL PM?
Exactly. So when I left for the summer, my freshman year of Bible college, I said bye to everybody. I'm not coming back. That summer, the Lord said, I called you to Bible college. So I come back with my tail between my legs, say hi to everybody. First weekend there, I'm going to get involved with the church. I knew this guy that was serving at his church in the youth ministry. I said, hey, you help with youth. Can I come and help and serve with you? He was leading junior high. This man would eventually become my brother-in-law. Within about 4 to 6 weeks of being there, they would hire me to run high school. I got my first job in ministry at 19. And the rest is history. This guy, I was thinking yesterday about this guy. He lived such a reputable life that I knew when I got back, I should go help his youth ministry.
Wow.
Do you think he's sitting at home going, I need to get all the credit? You know, you just never know who you're going to hook up and connect and introduce and platform and let preach it. If you need the credit, you don't think the Lord's watching going, I'm going to find somebody else, right? Who doesn't need the credit.
Yeah.
You know, if you just, I'm happy to be a part of this story.
I think you have to lead people with this. One of my friends, Ken Clater, told me this with a hands up principle. Like what I have, God, is not mine.
It's not. There you go.
Lord,
whether
you
it's
gave
people,
me this,
resources, whatever
you want
it
to do
is.
with it.
Yeah.
It's just okay. Palms up principle. Here you go.
I'm going to preach it. The message that I want to preach today is 3 stories out of Luke 16. And my favorite story is the first one when Jesus says to the guy, hey, you go into the town, there's going to be a colt tied up. Just tell them the Lord needs it. And so they, untie it.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said, what are you doing with my colt? Yeah. Well, the Lord needs it. And I just think, if you just keep being a good steward, one day the Lord will tap on that shoulder and go, we're going to need that Tesla. Yeah. We're going to need that AI gift that you know how to work cloud. Yeah. We need that. Your podcast hosting ability. We're going to need, the Lord has need of it.
Yeah.
So just live in this way where it's like, Lord, do you need anything that I got?
Right.
Yeah. You put it in my hands anyway.
Is there anything here that you need? That to me is like the greatest compliment God could give you is tapping on that shoulder going, I need that. What you've been raising up and developing and what you've been discipling,
so true.
I actually need that leader over
here.
The Lord I like to say it this way, the Lord has need of it.
None of us are in the place where we were when we started.
No.
And how do we get here? Because somebody invested in us there, and we are where we are. Now, how dare us to think that the people that we are investing in now may end up somewhere else?
Think about it. Think about it.
True for us is probably true for them.
That's it. That's
so good. All right. Well, I want to take us back. We don't have that much time left, but I thought it'd be fun. So and humble ourselves to when you began in leadership.
Oh Lord.
And there were probably some things that you did then that you would not do now.
Look.
So help us all out.
I'm gonna let Chad take this one.
Help us all out. All right. What are some of the things that come to your mind that you're like, I did it, don't do it. If you're doing this now, don't do it.
Well, the 2 that jump out right away is taking myself too serious.
Yeah. You're such a fun guy. I wouldn't have.
But I just think that inside all of us, when you're in the process of becoming, and you're starting, James 3, where he talks about the wisdom from below versus the wisdom from above. He said, where selfish ambition and envy exists, there's everything.
Yes, every kind of evil.
So I think just when I started off, my dad used to say growing up, Chad, you should laugh at yourself. Just join in with everybody. They're laughing at you. Just join in with them. Yeah. So I like to say it now that I'm older. We take God serious, not ourselves. I think there's nothing worse than that young leader that's like trying to make it and become.
Almost like you're proving yourself.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you become a parking lot preacher, taking yourself too serious. Wow. You ever have the guy doing announcements that wants to preach so bad, so he starts preaching the announcements? Oh, yeah. It's like, bro, you're taking yourself too serious.
Do what you're supposed to do, and that's it.
And that's always attention, right?
Yeah.
I take my calling and God serious. I can't take myself serious. And then the other thing is just, trying to make things about me and not about what we're talking about, making it about other people.
Right.
And just all that stuff gets beat out of you, through failure and loss and experience. And thank God that, he disciplines the ones that he loves. But those would be the 2 things when I was younger, not realizing, man, you don't take yourself so serious.
That's good.
And don't make anything about you. It's because it's not.
Wow.
Yeah,
so good.
That's good, man.
It's good.
I think for me, we kind of touched on it already, but I just remember looking early on and leading the church and thinking what we didn't have and discounting what God had provided. And just looking at other churches and other people, man, if we had the money at Gateway, if we had the worship at Hillsong, like we could be doing that too, and discounting and discrediting those that were there. Sure. And, it's the story of the widow in the Old Testament. Like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to handle this? Well, what do you have in your house? Oh, well, really nothing. Just a little oil.
Just a little oil.
But until she started using the oil she had, there was not provision in the house. But yet the oil was already in the house. And I just had to start investing in what I did have. Not discounting them, but seeing the potential in them.
That's right.
And helping them live their dream, not build my dream, but what's in your heart. How can I help you live the marriage you want to live and be successful in business or in ministry? and investing in that. And I didn't know that early on. And it cost me several years in pastoring this church by living with almost a poor dad mentality.
Wow.
And when I realized that what God had given me is more than enough, what happened is those people that were really good that I didn't see value in, rose to the level of what I expected out of them. And then God said, oh, well, I can trust you with more.
Come on.
And so that's my greatest lesson. Yeah.
I always think, one of my favorite messages I've ever heard anybody preach, of course, Tommy Barnett.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Yeah.
And remember his old message, the miracle is in the house.
Yeah.
And just living from that mindset, everything we need, we already have.
It's true.
That widow going, I just got a little bit of oil. That's all you need.
You don't need
everything you need, you already got. You got to see it from that mentality that my house is blessed. This place is blessed. We've got the favor of God.
Right.
And to me, what you say, your confession, is such a big, I refuse to speak evil or speak unwell of that which God has given me.
Yeah.
My kids, my spouse, my church, my city.
Yeah.
I have to have that confession of good things because like you said, people become whatever you say they are. What was that line that you said? You
will get out of people what you expect out of them.
I'm wholehearted agreeing with that.
So it kind of goes with this when our oldest son was born. He's super strong-willed. And so it was driving my wife crazy because she's so easygoing.
Sweet.
And, she's sweet as, you could ever imagine. And she was fighting with Jordan one time. He was 2 years old, And she was like, God, why'd you do this? Why'd you give this to me? Why'd you make him this way? And God was like, he's not the problem. You're the problem.
Woo. Hello.
And, I gave him to you for you to develop him. You're the problem, not him. And I think that's a way we could look at people in the church. Yeah. God, why are you giving me people like this? Oh, they're not the problem. You're the problem.
Come on.
Develop what I've given you.
Good.
That'll preach.
That'll preach. Well, all of this will. And so, Chad, thank you so much for sitting down with us. And Randy, always, thanks for being a part of really investing into all of us today.
Always love having you on this. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm. We got it right.
Third time's a charm.
This is your last chance. This is your third strike.
We maybe weren't going to invite you back, but
never having that guy again.
Yeah. No, but hope listeners, you enjoyed today. Hope you were encouraged. We're so grateful that you were here, Chad. And they can always find more of your leadership conversations. Leadership Lean In is your podcast. Yep. And so I'd encourage you to do that. But thank you again for being here, Randy. Glad you're back.
So
glad we're back recording. Yeah. We got a couple great conversations coming up, so you're not going to want to miss it. So thank you for joining us this time. We will see you next time.
For more information and resources, visit us at therelatenetwork.com.